Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 7. I'm glad to be there to watch an episode of Vinland Saga. I don't know if I'm gonna watch 1 or 2 episodes today. To be totally honest with you guys, I'm not in the urge, to watch 2 episodes. I need to watch 2 episodes for the schedules and stuff like that. So maybe 1 is gonna be enough. We'll see. It's really gonna depend also on this episode. Like, if we have a big moment of action, if we're finishing with a cliffhanger, and for sure I'm gonna want to watch the episode 8 just after that. But this morning I worked on my schedule, and soon we're gonna have Demon Slayer, which is gonna be back. And normally I planned at first to post you each week 2 episodes of My Hero Academia, 1 episode of Vinland Saga, the new episode of Demon Slayer, and 1 episode of Twin Peaks. It was already 5 videos, a lot of work and all. And I thought about that organization because Vinland Saga, I just have 1 season to discover now, so it's okay to not post you 2 videos during the week. But at the same time I was like, it's not fair because the ones of you who are subscribing to my Patreon for Vinland Saga, for example, more than for the other ones, it means that during the time of Demon Slayer you're gonna have less videos, so I did not want that for you guys. So really I worked again on my schedule, and now you're gonna have each week 2 episodes of My Hero Academia, 2 episodes of Vinland Saga, 1 episode of Demon Slayer, and 1 episode of Twin Peaks. I'm gonna work hard for you guys, so I really hope that you appreciate it, the fact that I'm giving my best to satisfy all of you guys, to be sure that if you're subscribing to my Patreon, if you're following me on my channel on YouTube, like, you have what you deserve, what I promised you in a way, also by having that schedule almost each week. So I really hope that you're gonna appreciate it. But I just want to warn you that when we're gonna have The Boys and House of the Dragon and Demon Slayer at the same time, I'm not gonna be able to do so. Like, for sure it's gonna demand me a lot of work in addition, so for sure I'm not gonna be able to give you maybe 2 episodes of Vinland Saga, and for at least 2 weeks I think I'm gonna be forced to give you 1 episode of Vinland Saga only. I hope that you can understand. Like, already, normally 5 videos each week, it's a lot of work. Like, check all of the creators on YouTube that you are following and tell me really which one is giving you 1 video each day of the week, like 5 videos each week. That it's already really rare, so I hope that you appreciate it in normal time. So right there, 6 videos each week at the time of Demon Slayer, that's gonna be a lot of work, even more. I hope that you're gonna appreciate it, and I hope that you're gonna understand when it's not gonna be possible for me to give you 8 videos, during the week. Like, at some point I can't do that and do also, TikToks and be also on Twitch and all of that, and also think that I'm giving advantages for those of you who are following me on my Patreon. And for example, for Vinland Saga, it's 4 episodes of advance, which means 2 weeks of advance, with other reaction videos, longer reaction part, sometimes the full one, so it's demanding me even more work than that. So please understand the thing, and understand also that right there I'm trying my best to satisfy you and all. So that's why today I don't know if I'm gonna watch 2 videos or not. For you it's not gonna change anything, but when I made that decision this morning, looking at my schedule, and when I decided that okay, let's go for it, let's work even more to be sure to satisfy everyone, Vinland Saga fans, I was like, At the same time, I was like, okay, let's work out, but maybe not today, you know, maybe you can take a little breath, we'll see. We'll see, because I know myself and I know that if something big is happening during this episode, I'm gonna want to continue. You know, to know that I have all of the episodes right there and I could watch all of them just like that if I would want that. It's also a temptation, you know. A little the same than knowing that, like, just a little research right now on Google and I could have already all of the story. But you know how much I hate spoilers, so I'm never gonna do that. Okay, to talk about Vinland Saga, really where I was into this anime. I don't know, in fact, where I am right now into this anime, because I have the impression that they accelerated time, that now we have an adult canute, we have an adult thorfinn. You know, he's really stronger, he's bigger, he has a bird also, and also for me now he's really an adult, and it has been a long time that he's with Einar right there as a slave. We still don't know how he ended up a slave, and even if I'm gonna repeat it, I totally understand the fact that he never come back home because maybe he feels a little ashamed about the fact that he couldn't have that revenge for his dad, and maybe he feels that he dishonored the memory of his dad, so that's why he's not coming back home. Maybe also he wouldn't know like how to come back home. Like, for sure, if he wants to come back home right now, he can do it, for sure. But I mean by that it has been so long that he didn't see his mother, his sister, maybe, you know, how could he explain to them what happened to him during all of this time, how much he evolved, what direction he took, all of the bad stuff also that he did. We know that he's dealing also with guilt, with that, with these nightmares that he was making about killing that woman, for example. I loved that nightmare so much for the symbolic of it. So maybe that's why, like, to explain to his mother and his sister that he was not a fighter but someone killing other people, walking with the guy who killed the dad and all, like, maybe it's too difficult also for him to imagine coming back home. We'll see about it, but that's why I understand that he didn't come back home, but why he became a slave, that I don't understand it. Like, he could have stayed right there, becoming a fighter for mercenaries or something like that. Like, so many different paths that he could have taken, and in fact he ended up being a slave. What happened? The fact that he was that empty also when he met Einar, that's not a surprise again for all of what I just said about not killing askeladd, not accomplishing that mission, the fact that he never imagined a future for himself except for I have to kill askeladd, I have to kill askeladd and all. And what else? What else after that? He never thought about something else, and that's what askeladd also told him dying, you know. He told him like, really, and now what is gonna be your life? And nothing. Thorfinn couldn't have imagined anything. He couldn't have imagined also failing. That's why. But still, I want to know how you ended up a slave, for sure. They are slaves together with Einar since a long time now. They are beginning to use really the soil to put seeds and stuff like that. We'll see if their master is gonna respect his promise or not. They met the old master, Ketil's dad, and that was really surprising to discover that this old guy had that role before into this farm. To understand also the relationship that he has with Snake, even if maybe we didn't see all of it, you know, the explanation, how can they be that close in fact? But are we gonna be with them during this episode, or are we gonna come back to Canute? Canute was the throne, that's it. He fought hard for it, but not... I mean, he fought. He manipulated people and situations hard to have it, but according to Thorkell's rule, it's not really fighting what he did. Like, really more he acted like a snake, and Thorkell in a way hates Canute for that because he didn't have the war, the fights that he should have had, and Thorkell is really mad about it. So yes, I don't know with whom we're gonna be during this episode. I don't know in what period of time really, you know, how old they are really. Normally they are at the same time, you know. I mean, Canute and Thorfinn, now we know what happened to both of them during the same period of time. We're not gonna be surprised because one of them is gonna be into that context, and all normally that's it. We are at the same time in the chronology, that's what I mean for both of them. Are they gonna meet again soon? It would be interesting also. We'll see, and maybe I'm gonna see that right now. Like I said earlier, remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have 4 episodes of advance, it's a lot, which means 2 weeks of advance, with the full opacity for the reaction part, with bigger reaction part, a lot of time the full reaction part in fact. So if you want all of these advantages, you have my Patreon for that. I'm giving you these advantages on my Patreon to thank you for the support that you can give me on it. It's truly appreciated and useful if you want and if you can. So yes, you can subscribe even if it's just for 1 month, even if it's just for Vinland Saga. It can be really appreciated. You have the link into the description. Oh, and you can follow me for sure on all platforms. It's for free for you, but me, it can help me on each of these platforms. For example, TikTok and Twitch. That could help me, you know, to make me a little grow on these platforms if you want and if you can. Again, it's for free for you and me, it can be useful, so thank you in advance. Let's go for this episode.
すごいじゃないですか。それって大旦那様に気に入られているんですよ。でも、じゃあなんで気に入られたんだろう。ごめんなさい。エイナルさん、いい人ですもの。ご自覚ないんですね。
She's making you compliments each time. He's not listening to you. It's surprising. Coming from Thorfinn, it's surprising, but...
いけない。奥様だ。すみません。引き止めちゃって。お話し相手ができて、毎朝が楽しみなんですよ、私。
Oh. You're so in love.
朝毛の支度もまだだというのに油を売っていいご身分ね。
Your Ketil. What?
不思議だな。こんなのからパンができるのか。恐れ入ったが。
You're so naive and curious. It's so sweet, in a way.
すごいな。なあ、俺たちはこうやって畑やってれば自由になる目はあるけどさ、アルネイズさんはその辺どうなってるんだろう。
You want for her to be free with you?
さあな、本人に聞いてみれば。じゃあ伐採の続きを。なので祈る。祈る。
That's how you pray? That's not praying. It's not praying anyone. You never prayed before. Another son than Olmar? What is Olmar's strength? Where were you? Okay, you know each other, you appreciate each other. Eh? Are you sure that it's there? But you don't know for sure? Did they confess?
一度戦闘が追っ始まりゃ、それぞれの部族が天で勝手に目標を攻撃すんだ。売れそうな女を争ってキリアなんざしょっちゅうさ。どうだ、行ってみたいか、イングランドに。
That's what you said earlier, Olmar.
もちろん行くよ、戦車。実力主義上等だぜ。
That for sure.
そんな前に土産をやろうかな。おい、首飾りだ。
Ears?
欲しいか、食っていいの？
You stupid!
耳なんてうまくねえぞ。イングランド人の耳だ。
Huh?
耳。
Okay, Thorgil, I'm not sure of you, you know, your attitude, your sense of humor. I was talking also about fights and how to deal with women after fights. Ah! Did he fight next to Thors?
すみませんが、お休みの前にあれを片付けてもらっていいですかね。
Be nice, don't...
では、まず名前を聞こうか。ほら、名前言え。こら、やめんか。怯えてるから喋れんのだぞ。失礼。妹はどうだ。そうか。身内は他に母親と赤ん坊がいます。母親は病気で伏せってたんで連れてきませんでした。父親は行方知れずです。
He died or...
父ちゃんはスノーで去年の秋野菜を売りに行ったまま帰ってこない。
坊の子、スノーリーです。旦那様に時代の借金をしています。最近顔を見せ
Was your money?
死ぬでんな、そりゃ。1年帰ってこねえんだ。大方物取りんでもあって殺され。
父ちゃんはちょっと出かけてるだけだ。
働き手を失った家族は他の家に奉公人として引き取られるのが習わしだ。引き取る者はおるまい。
どうなさいました、あなた。
He's getting sentimental?
ちと目にゴミが入ってるな。
And he can see their situation, how bad it is.
余罪は多数ですが、とりあえず麦の粉一袋の盗みはゲロしました。
Okay, they confess for one bag.
落として言わせたのではないだろうな。しませんや、そんなこと。鎌はかけましたけどね。この袋が空になるまでの間だけ待ってやる。うちの袋の底には旦那の名前が書いてあるんだってね。ほとんど脅しだ、それは。
Yes!
なら話は早い。腕一本だな。
Eh?
妹はまだ小さいだ。勘弁して。
両腕切断だ。
No.
恐ろしい。わしの息子とは到底思えん。私は反対です。死刑にも等しい仕置きだ。盗みの罰には重すぎる。意見を申し上げてもよろしいでしょうか。
He's a former slave.
おう、スチュル、年はいくつだ。よし、大人と同じ仕事を始める年だな。盗みの損害と父親の借金を回収すべきです。この子たちに働いて返してもらいましょう。
I think that's such a good deal. And it's gonna help them at the same time and give you people to work for you.
一人前の働き手に育てば、今回の損害は回収できます。
Thank you a lot.
まったくだ。以上の理由から仕置きは棒打ちなどが妥当と思われます。いや、盗んだ分は高校で返済させるのだし。さすがに全く折檻なしというわけにはいきませんよ。
Clearly, Ketil, he doesn't want to hurt them and he's trying to find the best solution to not have to punish them too hard. Clearly Thorgil's advice was really bad, I did not like it. Pater and Snake, I understand that they are forcing the master, you know, to give a punishment, a beating. But it's awful! No, he's gonna kill him! You're too strong! No, 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 no! Iron fist. If he wants to hurt them bad, he can do it. Huh? You're talking to her, right? Tears. She's never gonna be released, you know, you're never gonna let her free. The end? It was a slow episode and a surprising one. To have all of this episode being in fact about this family, about the master's family, it was really to discover more about them, about this other son coming back from the fight, you know, the battlefield. That other son, Thorgil, who is so strong, who is really looking like his father, who is respecting a lot his father for that legend about being the Iron Fist and all, who is okay to obey to him because of that, but it seems that everything about it is false, so it means also that if at some point he's going to discover the truth, maybe all of the respect that he has for his father is going to disappear, and that's why, you know, in a way, you're right, Ketil, to be afraid of your own son, because if your own son is discovering the truth, he can go against you, not respect you, not obey to you, maybe try to take your place by force or something like that. And that guy coming back from the battlefield and talking about it like it's something amazing to kill people, to fight for having all of these perks, you know, including women. And his attitude, his sense of humor with his own brother, treating him like he's a coward, he's useless. I totally agree, he's a coward, he's useless, but I would never say something like that about my brother, talking like that about my own brother, thinking something like that about my own brother. So really, for him to not respect at all his own brother, to try to humiliate him also with all of that thing about the necklace of ears, and also clearly his attitude with these two kids, offering to punish them himself. First giving that advice about cutting their arms. Oh, you want to take the responsibility for your sister, so let's cut both of your arms. And after that, you know, that first punch that he gave to Stutter, clearly that's not someone that I can respect and appreciate, and in a way I would have more sympathy for Olmar, who is a coward, who is useless, who is really like annoying as hell, but he's not someone dangerous. We saw it, even if he's stupid and drunk, and I said it at multiple occasions, that combination, it can be dangerous. We saw that with someone like Olmar, in fact, no, it can't be. Yes, if I have to choose, you know, between these two sons, in fact, I'm gonna prefer Olmar at the end. So we discovered more about that new son, and we discovered more also about Ketil and the fact that he has such a kind heart. He didn't want to hurt at all these two kids to have to take that decision. He appreciated so much for Pater to give him that advice about, okay, these two, they have the debt of their dad, you know, on their shoulders, and also they are thieves who just stole from you, so you have to punish them. Why not finding a compromise and make them all of the family working for you, so they're gonna pay the debt of their dad, they're gonna pay what they stole from you, and that's a punishment for them. Now they are slaves for you, so it's okay, it's a good deal. And we saw it, he was so relieved, really, Ketil being like, oh, that's it, we found a solution without hurting or killing these kids, it's so great. So when Pater ended by saying, but still we need to have them being beat, you know, by someone, he was like, really? We do have to do that? And in a way, I understand why Snake and Pater would advise him to do that. Even if I hate it, it's awful, I can understand why into a context like that, when you have people working for you as workers, but also some as slaves, and also people around who are really interested to steal from you. For sure, if you have thieves really into your hands, people who stole from you, to make that compromise about having them working for you to pay their debts, for sure it's not going to be considered as enough, and you need to show also that you're going to be violent with people who are stealing from you, with the next ones, like right there, okay, it was just kids, maybe that's why you didn't kill them, but for the next ones, you're gonna kill them, like, you're really gonna need to show your strengths, in a way. Again, into a context like that and all, like, I can see their logic, I can understand their logic, but I hate their logic, I don't appreciate it, and I was all for the first solution without the beating, you know. So yes, for the son to try at first, it was awful. It's logical that Ketil is then saying, no, I'm gonna do it myself, because clearly he understood that his son could have killed that little boy just by beating him up like that. He managed to not kill him, to not hurt him so much that, you know, he's gonna have health issues after that because of that. Something which could have been the case, you know, with the other son. Ketil then talking with that slave, being reassured by her, with her talking to him so nicely, with such sweet words, reassuring him about what he did, that it was the right thing to do. It's nice, but at the end we can understand that in fact he's never gonna let her go, let her free, because he needs her, and maybe in fact he's in love with her or something like that. And it's awful because we know that Einar is in love with her also, and when during the first part of this episode he was talking with Thorfinn about the fact that they are doing well and maybe one day they're gonna manage to get free, and now automatically thought, what about my girl? I need her with me. And it was really like, what can it be, her deal, you know, to get free? And in fact I think that there is no deal behind that. She can never be free. It's awful. I hope that we're gonna find a way. Einar, your girl. That's it, you know, he lost his mother and his sister already, is not gonna lose the love of his life now. Please. But yes, I was surprised, you know, that we had a slow episode like that, and an episode which was really about meeting for real all of this family, understanding all of the members of this family, including, you know, the mother, for example, the mistress, who is so not nice, really, is the total opposite of her husband, clearly, who was slapping the slave, who was talking so bad, who was mocking her husband because he was getting emotional. She looks ugly outside and inside. Okay, am I gonna watch one more episode today? Maybe. I think that yes, I'm gonna watch one more episode. to have a little more actions, you know. No matter what, it's all for you for this video, for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.